There is a game out there that I first discovered in 2012-2013, perusing demos to play on the Xbox Marketplace. I was young then, so I never really got good at it, and I was just mostly spending my time getting absolutely obliterated by every enemy and obstacle that I came across in that demo. A sequel to this nightmarish game released in 2020, and some spark in me just relit when I played it. I wasn't good at the sequel either for quite some time. I died to some of those same enemies again and again and again, but this time they had an enhanced visual. This video is about a pair of games that introduced me to roguelikes, which is probably one of my favorite video game genres as of right now. These two games I failed in more times than I probably could even imagine, but for some reason there is an unexplainable pull that just brought me towards them and kept me hooked. Of course, as you can see in the title, this is about Spelunky 1 and 2, and I just want to discuss my love towards them a bit in this new series, Playback. I just want to have a little disclaimer before I talk about the games in more detail. I'll be talking about Spelunky 1 and 2 as a pair rather than list off distinct things from both games, since they are mostly the same for the most part, excluding like new additions and such of course, but yeah, I just wanted to say that before we start. So the first thing I love about these games, the level design. Every time you respawn in Spelunky, you are entering a new random level generation of whatever biome you are in. Enemy placement is different, traps, etc. But in Spelunky, each time you respawn, the levels always feel familiar. You are not entering the world completely clueless. There is a faint familiarity that is apparent each time you load back in the game, which in turn allows you to learn how to navigate each biome without ever feeling like you are not progressing in skill, which makes the game more fun and motivates you to get better. There are also plenty of areas to discover if you look hard enough, or you can come across a new area just based off pure luck. Each biome is very visually distinct. Entering a new area feels special every time you do it because there are new enemies and different things to worry about at each step, which does mean there's probably going to be more new things that you will die by. So on to number 2, the music. Look, I'ma just play these 2 tracks real quick for you guys. Alright, for all my spelunkers out there, you know you are literally going to hear that more than any other song. I guarantee you that track would be like number 1 on your Spotify Wrapped if it tracked each time those songs looped. But jokes aside, there is a different song for each new environment you venture off into, and they all fit the areas they belong to so well. Getting into Volcano for the first time in Spelunky 2 felt like entering a factory workshop type setting. And from the first couple of seconds I heard from that song, I was ready to see what that new environment had to offer. The score of Spelunky all feels so interconnected, it's honestly really impressive. There are certain instruments that are used repeatedly, which makes the score flow really well. I have numerous hours in Spelunky, and I have not once turned off that Wonder score for something on Spotify, for example, since it truthfully complements the gameplay so well. Eric Circuit composed music for both games, and he really did a masterful job working on it. Alright, now for the last topic, the experience. The Spelunky experience is weird. I totally understand if someone gets turned off by its difficulty at first, especially since it kind of feels like the game has something against you with some of the ridiculous ways a great run can end almost instantly. And even when you get insanely good at the game, I guarantee you will probably die in that same ridiculous fashion again. But there is a charm that exudes from these games. Seeing enemies like cavemen yapping amongst themselves, man. Like, I seen that a couple hours in when I first played the game and I could not stop grinning. Derek, you created something that is more than just your run-of-the-mill go from point A to point B objective. Of course, you are trying to collect that coveted treasure at the end, but there is such an embedded emphasis on the journey in these games that I don't think I've felt in anything else I played. I don't complete a run every 10 tries, maybe even 25 tries. But each time a new run loads up, I am lost in time for however long that run is. It could be 5 minutes. But that solo adventure for those 5 minutes feel unique amongst the countless other runs that I've attempted. Spelunky 1 and 2 are two of my favorite games, and it is because no matter how long I play the game or stay away from it, every time I boot it up, truthfully I have no idea how the night is gonna go. I hope you enjoyed the first episode of the new series Playback. I'm not gonna lie, this took me a bit longer than I was hoping for in terms of releasing this video, but I'm happy I finally got it out. These two games are really important to me and I just wanted to share my thoughts on them. The devs of Spelunky also just released their new game UFO 50, which I've been meaning to get my hands on since I really appreciate the art they dedicate themselves to making. So you can definitely expect a currents video on that in the near future, I would say. This has been Duck Breaks, and I'll see you guys soon with the next video.